wish to present to you the report.
The chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, representatives of Nigeria Police Force and some domestic election observer groups are guests as Yiaga Africa launches its final report on the 2023 general elections in Nigeria.
I'd like to use that.
The 90-page document is a compendium of field reports from officers deployed by Yiaga Africa to monitor the general elections. The board chairman of Yiaga Africa gives a highlight of the report, underscoring how the inability of the electoral umpire to transmit the presidential election results real-time resulted in the loss of public confidence in INEC.
The high turnout of the continuous voter registration, CVR, and the collections of the permanent voters card, PVC, are indicative of the improved public trust in the process before the elections. Full compliance with the guidelines on result management enshrined in the electoral law would have inspired public confidence in the electoral outcome. Unfortunately, the guidelines were observed in breach in several collation centers.
However, the report made a 27-point recommendation on how the electoral umpire can regain the lost public confidence. INEC should commission an independent audit of the 2023 elections. INEC should improve its communication and public engagement. INEC should reduce over-dependence on third-party vendors and transport providers. National Assembly should fix the ambiguities in the results management process. The results of the recommendations also include the need for INEC to ensure mandatory training and utilization of technological tools for all its staff, the unbundling of INEC by the National Assembly, the prosecution of all electoral offenders. So far, 67 observer groups who monitor the conduct of the 2023 general elections have submitted reports to the electoral umpire. Like several of those reports, the Yiaga Africa final report speaks to the urgent need for further electoral reforms.
Yiaga Africa outlines 5 key messages from the elections and a pathway for reform and actions in its final report. What we shall have is a holistic reform that may not give us good election in the immediate, but we know we are on the right path.
The 90-page document also underscores 5 big lessons from the 2023 general elections. They include electoral reforms can deliver credible elections if all the actors comply with the rules and guidelines. The 2022 Electoral Act raised public interest to participate in elections. Electoral technology is no silver bullet. INEC requires fundamental reforms. The elections reveal ambiguities and inadequacies with the 2022 electoral framework. It is hoped that the lessons and recommendations on this report and several other reports by observer groups will be considered for implementation for better elections in the future in Nigeria.